Yesterday evening I was tired, so I just stay at home. Just sent you the picture. I was there in the sun for half an hour, and I sleep really good this night. And now I feel so good. Say das zu
Now allow me to reintroduce myself. They call me J.O.N. to the easy E.N. Know that we undefeated. Y'all are beneath them speeches trying to air a grievance. But his lines are overhead. Better check the air for clearance. Call the tower.
Still a bit too chilly.
The home GP, you know, this is something else. I mean, up to now, my most amazing race was or were the home GPs. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, like 20,000 fans show up just for you, to see you, to cheer you on.
Yeah, my parents or my mom is more stressed than me.
So hopefully this year it will be, you know, the same, and we're gonna have an amazing event, and I have lots of fans showing up, and I can give them what they want and have a nice weekend, you know. But it's a feeling you cannot even describe. It's just amazing.
All right, let's go.
I'm Jeremy Seewer, I'm from Switzerland. I ride for Monster Energy, Yamaha Factory, MXGP.
What is your profession?
This I need to say also. Should I put it in one thing?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you tryna press the kid and really you was soft? All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the please. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going too far. Watch me now, I'm talking.
I approached every session the same I approach any other race. That was super cool. I mean, the weather was getting nicer, fans were coming to the track, and I just had such a good flow. Somehow I just felt so good, you know. I did like one quick lap and I knew it was quick. It was P1 for a bit, and then they dropped me till like second. And I knew that's where I'm gonna stay, and it would be good enough anyways for the start and whatever, but I just felt, you know, I can do better. The crowd they made it super easy. I crossed the line and I was like, maybe not, you know, my feeling was good, but not amazing, you know, just like a good fast lap. And then I heard, yeah, like 0.7 faster or something, and on this track that was something huge because we were all super close.
Hello everyone and welcome to the MXGP of Switzerland presented by IXS. It's Paddock Talk time, and what better way to kind of kickstart your 2023 campaign at home GP in front of the home fans. I mean, it's just that little bit more special, isn't it?
Yeah, I was a few years ago we had the first GPs over here, and I was riding still 1 to 5, so it wasn't that special because you rode in the early mornings, nobody's over there. And now it's like really possible to ride in front of all my fans, all my home families, friends. They're gonna come. So
Nice.
they're Swiss people, and if you have Swiss riders in the GPs, they go crazy. They go for it. And for us riders, it's so like you even get goosebumps while you ride. I think it will be an amazing experience for me, and I love to ride tomorrow. So I'm looking really forward.
I mean, it's so nice to be back after 4 years, and something that's special here in Frauenfeld is the grandstand. Something that's really special about being here in Switzerland, and it's been like this every year, we have the grandstands, and they really help to add a sense of atmosphere with the fans on race day.
So funny. So I felt comfortable on this type of soil because I grew up on this. You know, that's the kind of soil or I can do blind, let's say. You know, without any training or whatever, I will be fast because that's just in my blood. Usually on a 450 we barely shift second and we are like third, fourth, you know, a lot of speed, a lot of flow on the tracks. And there it was like second gear a lot, shifting, more technical, more slow corners. The soil was very specific also, you know, like I think we don't have any other race with this kind of really grass, rocky dirt, which is very grippy on one side and can get really hard packed and slippery on the other. So that was the special thing about the track. It's not a permanent track, you know, and that changed the whole thing, like I said. Like the rest of the year, it's just grass. A farmer is just like feeding his cows, you know, on the same place. And that's what changed it, you know, that's why it still has some softness to it, some tackiness to it, because if we would ride there all year or it's a permanent track, it would get really hard packed, you know.
Hello everybody and welcome to the FIM Motocross World Championship. It's round 3. This is the MXGP of Switzerland presented by IXS. My name's Paul Malin. We are back live for the latest instalment of the FIM Motocross World Championship. MX2 Race 1 about to get underway here. We return to the circuit of Frauenfeld. And we've got fantastic weather here on this Easter weekend. The eagle-eyed among you will know that we had the qualifying on Saturday. There was a bank holiday here yesterday, so here we are. foxhole shot, and the Mostike there in second, Beniston third.
Coming into 2023, Iago's won 35 races, 18 GPs. Iago is hands down the most mature guy on the line.
Was that Geertz? Geertz is off. Iago Geertz is out of the lead.
He crashed quite hard.
And he's been down hard as well, trying to straighten his visor. The handlebars are bent.
The impact from that crash was quite big and he was quite sore.
Van der Mostijk leads. Geertz second, but for how much longer with those bent bars? And Adamo breathing down his neck, and his teammate there as well. Adamo into second. A dramatic end to MX2 Race 1.
The energy was kind of gone. The body was not free and...
Thibaut Beniston breathing down his teammates. Exhaust pipe, and he gets out of shape, and Beniston goes through.
So he was just struggling a little bit with his feeling on the bike.
First to fourth all of a sudden in half a lap for the championship leader.
You win some, you lose some. Your best day is a third, he will take third. If it's a fifth, he'll take fifth.
Roman Mostijk has not had a race win since 2020. He wins race 1 here. The Wolf hands on to second. Adamo third. Iago Geertz throws away an opportunity for the win and 25 points.
But we are at the home of Jeremy Seewer. He grew up about 30 minutes from here, just north of Zurich. We're to the east of Zurich, and this racetrack here, first time we've used it for a Grand Prix, traditionally used on Bank Holiday Monday, Easter weekend, for Swiss Championship. Probably see that with some of the sizes of the junction, that kind of thing. It's tight, it's drifting, but it will chop up. It will be very, very rusty and rugged by the day is done. But we've already, from 2016, 2017, 2018, Kevin Hurley was the last winner. Actually, 2 times.
You know, I arrive at the start, at the skybox area, and I just, you know, I'm in my bubble like usual. I prepare the race with my thoughts, with my mechanics, with my trainer, go through the things on the track, how I'm gonna proceed things, which start position I take, just the usual thoughts what I have before a race to be really in the zone. There are a lot of photographers, yes, but I actually don't really notice them. Like I really just, yeah, I just see all the cameras, but at this stage I don't even care. I am really relaxed and yeah, feeling the positive energy from the fans. It's not like any other race. I mean, at the gate, I look to the grandstands and see all the people, but I do that on purpose to take the positivity out of it, not to look and be scared or like, who, you know, now they all come to watch me. No, just to see and say, wow, like, that's my dream. Like, I've worked all my life to be here and race in front of my home crowd.
If you put yourself in his shoes, he's been 5 times vice world champion. He's been this close. So there's only one more achievement for him, and that is to win the world championship.
A clean getaway for the big hitters, and once again it is Jorge Prado, quickest to the first turn. And he looks like he may have just grabbed the foxhole shot from Guadagnini and Maxime Renault. Hurling's in 4th, the Landron in 5th place, number 10. Then we've got Seewer 6th.
And also the noise of the fans at the Swiss GP was incredible. You could hear where Jeremy was at any moment on the track. But then on the other hand, there are the cons, and the cons are when the day doesn't go to plan.
You know, you are on such a high and you feel good all weekend, and it's like a hammer hits you.
See where it's gone down.
You find yourself completely destroyed on the floor. My body was, you know, completely banged up also, and I had no energy left because it was quite a big impact, and then riders almost hit me.
I think he took a heavy impact, snapped his clutch lever off and had to fight back from dead last.
What happened in that first moto should have been a DNF because, you know, the bike was destroyed.
It was not easy, but he managed to keep fighting, and he says that the energy of the crowd helped him push all the way to the flag.
Even without realizing at that stage, but afterwards the fans made me keep going.
Jorge Prado, who has danced to his own tune, with a victory in race 1 here in Frauenfeld, and it's a comfortable win for Jorge Prado. And Jeremy Seewer did bag one vital point. Up and down race though for the Smurf. MX2 Race 2 here, round 3 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. We are at the MXGP of Switzerland, presented by IXS. But it's Adamo, I think, that possibly got there first as Beneston squeezes him on the first jump, hits in third. It's Hit, dives down the inside of his teammate, takes second position away from Thibaut Beneston.
With the track being so slow, so rutty, and so technically demanding, it wasn't about speed, it wasn't about the size of the balls.
Hit goes around the outside. Got to be careful not to leave himself exposed. That's exactly what he does, going defensive. His teammate cuts through.
It was about how your technical ability and how you can read your race lines.
Beneston looking desperate now to find his way into the lead. Cuts through, easy pass, and Thibaut Beneston now will lead.
Thibaut, he is one of the most gifted riders in the world. He's so technically gifted.
Thibaut Beneston, he wins race 2, he wins the Grand Prix here in Switzerland.
Because there's no doubt in my mind that Thibaut will also be MX2 World Champion, whether it's this year or next year. All he needs is just all the pieces of the puzzle to come together.
Good. The team is really giving me the chance too. They're always supporting me. Also, my trainer, Charles Rolands, and my mechanic at home with Bjorn Stockmans. They all keep supporting me. We all have a good feeling. In the races, I messed my start so bad up. I crashed, or I went over the berm. For me now, the goal is just to make every weekend a step forward, to try to make it every weekend better, to get better results and everything, and just show what I'm capable of.
Maxim is a very calculated rider. He wants to win, but he takes a very calculated approach to winning as well. When the gate drops, it's not bringing the lunchbox in full gas. He's calculated. He takes his marks when he wants to strike.
Will Hurlings have something to say about it this time around? Well, he definitely looks all fired up at the start of race 2 as Renault closes him down in exactly the same place he lost the position in race 1. The momentum should be with Prado here to the inside. And it is, but then Renault gets better drive. Can he close down the Spaniard at the end of the straight? He takes a look across, and he takes over the lead on this first official full lap. Remember, finish line to finish line to get a lap time. Renault leads.
When I do something, I try to go to my limits. It's not always easy, you know, for people to say, I want to be world champion. Between what you want and what you achieve, there's always a step to cross, which is reality. I put everything into work to become world champion again and to become world champion as much as possible.
The speed has been there all year long, so it was just waiting for all the pieces of the puzzle to come together, and then Maxim will be on the top step.
And Maxim Renault on the top step does it with a second and a first for Monster Energy Yamaha.
He's got the heart of a champion. You know, he would do anything to win the race. Even after a disaster of a day, that feeling of disappointment, I know he wanted to be on the podium so bad for them. And the Swiss fans would wanted him to as well, to see their flag up there on the podium. But it wasn't to be this year, and they were still there for him.
Disappointing for the 91. Jeremy Seewer comes home in 5th. Tough day at the office for the Swiss rider, who wanted so desperately to not just be on the podium. That would have been nice, but he would have loved to have won the Grand Prix.
Yeah, it was painful to see all the fans. You know, I had it actually straight after the race, the Swiss television did an interview right when I stopped. And it was tough, you know, because it's like the main Swiss TV and you are completely rock bottom. They all wanted me to be on that podium, and the fans were building up the podium next to that interview, and I was there like, phew, this is tough, you know.
Maxim was ecstatic. I think this one meant a lot because he hasn't been on the podium yet this season. I think he expected to be on the podium, and we would expect him to be on the podium as well. And then to finally get there and with a GP win, I think it was very special to him. He hasn't been on the top step of the podium since Spain last year, so it is 100% a step forward and exactly where he wants to be. For Jeremy, he was actually relieved that his fans were still there for him. I went to find Jeremy after the race to get his post-race quote, and he was nowhere to be found.
When I went to the paddock, which was quite far, I got stuck in the fence with my bike, and it went like that, and I was closed up, and they took selfies, photos.
And I think this actually gave him a little smile, even though the result wasn't there, and it was quite special for him.
What I learned last weekend, fans, I mean, sure they want me to win. But if I don't win, I mean, a true fan, they feel with me. When I crash and I feel bad and I feel depressed, I think the fans do the same because they feel with me, you know? it's not that they stop supporting me, because then I need even more support, you know. So luckily I have true fans, you know. So that was something I learned actually. Even on a bad day, they stand behind you. Yeah, that's, like I said, something. Yeah, I saw last weekend, and it's nice, you know.